Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing alright. So this is a strange video and it's coming from a source I didn't expect for it to come from, but it is what it is, man. My intuition's telling me that it was kind of, I could be mistaken, but I feel like it was kind of a video that was uploaded with intent to maybe send me a message. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. And it actually comes from Chris Thralls about the T-shirt podcast, whom is somebody whom I've to be honest, he's one of the most enlightened attitudes I've seen on the internet. But the video he made was with a Navy SEAL. I'm not sure if he's still in service or he's retired, but you're still a Navy SEAL till the day you die, and even beyond that too, you could say, in my opinion. And it was talking about how, like, the hardest thing that they went through in Hell Week, which is the initiatory training program to become a Navy SEAL, is the sleep deprivation. And so I looked into Hell Week, and what I was curious about was, like, do they eat food? Like, during that week of training, are they eating? You know, or do they have to fend for their own food? Like, how do they go about feeding? And what I found online is that they get 4 hot meals a day. And those are 4 meals that are prepared for them, delivered to them, just like all their other services. They really just have to endure the trials of the training. And again, I'm only making this video because I feel kind of like he is trying to send me a message. I don't know if he's trying to tell me I need to toughen up or something like this. And all I got to say, man, is I've done my share of backpacking on the streets. I've done my share of going through garbage cans to eat while backpacking, while training, while getting stronger, and all these type of things, while living on concrete sometimes, in the earth, or wherever I fucking can. And this last time here in Portland, with the very small amount of food I was able to find in garbage cans, I mean, I was eating less than like literally a couple bags of peanuts and maybe some refried beans and like a half a can, like hardly 1,000 calories a day. And I was walking around all the time. It got to a point where I could barely carry a few pounds in my hand because whatever's going on in my back, and also it started going into my biceps. Like, I literally couldn't even hold like anything in my hand without it being excruciatingly painful. That was happening. And then also my breathing, like I didn't have enough iron literally in. So that's another factor that you'd want to, it's like when you guys are looking at the situation that I'm going in, and it feels kind of like you're maybe perhaps judging me. I also was very malnourished. So like when you don't have enough iron in your blood, you literally don't have the ability to convert oxygen into your blood as well as your body needs to. So I was also having a huge trouble breathing, thinking, all those type of things were affecting me. And I'm losing weight at a rapid level. And this will mess with your emotions. Like, you know, it's not sleep deprivation. I was able to sleep, but you know, there's nothing like sleeping. I mean, when you fall asleep and you're like starving in starvation mode, you wake up weak as fuck. Like it's extremely hard to get up. And then, you know, I had to get up, and then I would also, again, like these Rangers, these Navy SEALs, they have teams, they have medics, they have people that deliver them food and drop food off for them. Not all the time, but a lot of times they do, especially in the training program. I didn't have any of that. I would have to hike all the way to the grocery store with a backpack, having a fucking pretty much a broken back, or back that's got some type of issues. And then I would have to haul my shit back here. And then that's kind of what broke it down to me. I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I'm literally at the point where I would walk. I couldn't even walk to the library and back. I mean, without me having to stop and fall down on the ground because the pain is so excruciating. I'm having trouble fucking breathing, and I really can't go on. Like, I feel like I'm on my, I call it the Bataan Death March. If you guys know what it is, look into it. It was in World War II. I think it was in the Philippines. I think it was the Allies. They got overtaken by the Axis, and like hundreds of thousands of them were forced to just march, and they had like no food. They had hardly any food, hardly any water, and it was like people literally just dropped like flies, dead to the ground. That's what I felt like, to be honest, bro. And I was willing to die if that was what the Most Highs wanted for me. I was that committed to the cause to where I was like, this is my time to go. I'm fucking ready to go. So when I would get to that point to where it's like, I would literally be walking slow, like every step was so slow and painful. And then it would get to a point where I can't go on, so I would just fall down, sometimes in front of people's houses, like on the grass, hopefully, because the grass is the comfortable thing. And when I was at that state, it's interesting too, because I was able to connect to like trees and the grass and living things at the highest rate that I've ever been able to. I've never been able to feel like that much connection to Mother Nature as when I did when I was that weak. And it's like, I think it's because like I had like nothing inside my body, so like my spirit was able to connect to the spirits of the grass and the spirits of the trees and the spirits of the birds. And I was also in a very, weakened state. So, the Most Highs, the angelic ones, the ones helping perpetuate life and love, they're aware of these type of things. I think when people are going through really hardcore struggles, and so, and especially if you're doing it with a humble attitude, which I wasn't blaming people. I wasn't cursing out. I was really just like, wow, I could be on my death march right here. And it's like, it's okay. If it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. And I would lay down on the grass next to a tree, hopefully. And usually in 5 to 10, 15, 20 minutes, I would feel better. I'd feel rejuvenated enough to get up and continue on, and I would do this. And sometimes it would take me a couple hours maybe just to walk, a couple miles. I don't know the exact time, but sometimes I would walk very, 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 very slow and have to stop repeatedly because I felt like I was going to die. Essentially, I couldn't, it's just too much. Like, the pain gets to a level to where it's like, okay, I got to take a fucking break. And that's without a pack. It was just me walking. Okay. This is somebody I've spent over 5 years carrying heavy packs multiple times on my own. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't even, making this video feels kind of weird, but him uploading that short with the Navy SEAL and I'm talking about Hell Week and this and that, and I looked into Hell Week and it's like, yeah, it's rough and all this and that, but you guys got a lot of stuff helping motivate you, helping support you, and you guys got 4 hot meals in your belly all the time. And my dad, he confirms it. Like, the hardest thing that he had to deal with in Ranger School was the food, or was the sleep deprivation. But I'll ask him, I'm pretty sure they had plenty of food. Like, it's another thing when you ain't got food, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, starving kids in Africa, like, we all be sitting here fucking having an abundance. A lot of people with larger bellies than they need. And you got people in foreign countries that literally don't have enough to get by and who end up dying every single day because they don't have food in their bodies. It's a miserable fucking feeling. You feel so weak. You feel so worthless. Especially when you look at all these other people with all this other shit, and it's like, dude, I don't even have enough food to fucking fill my body. It's crazy. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that little bit of information with y'all, and hope you guys have a good one. All right, bye.